Someone in the crowd said to him, "Teacher, tell my brother to divide the family inheritance with me." But he said to him, "Friend, who set me to be a judge or arbitrator over you?" And he said to them, "Take care, be on your guard against all kinds of greed, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of possessions." Then he told them a parable. The land of a rich man produced abundantly. And he thought to himself, "What should I do? For I have no place to store my crops." Then he said, "I will do this. I will pull down my barns and build larger ones. And there I will store all my grain and my goods. And I will say to my soul, 'Soul, you have ample goods laid up for many years. Relax, eat, drink, be merry.' But God said to him, 'You fool, this very night your life is being demanded of you. And the things you have prepared, whose will they be?' So it is with those who store up treasures for themselves but are not rich toward God."
Last week I was scrolling through social media when I saw a post from an old college friend. He was standing next to his brand new Tesla, captioning it "Finally made it." The comments were full of congratulations, but I couldn't help thinking about today's gospel. Here was a guy celebrating his arrival based on what he could buy, not who he had become. This is exactly the trap Jesus warns us about in Luke's gospel. Someone in the crowd approaches him with what seems like a reasonable request. "Teacher, tell my brother to divide the inheritance with me." It's a family dispute, probably messy and emotional, the kind that tears families apart during holidays. But Jesus does something unexpected. He refuses to get involved in the legal drama. Instead, he cuts straight to the heart of the matter. Be on your guard against all kinds of greed, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of possessions. Boom, Jesus just called out the real issue. It wasn't about fair distribution of money. It was about what we think makes life worth living. Then he tells this brilliant parable about a rich farmer whose crops were so abundant he didn't know what to do with them all. Now, there's nothing wrong with success or having a good harvest. The problem comes with what the man does next. He talks to himself like he's his own life coach. "Soul, you have ample goods laid up for many years. Relax, eat, drink, be merry." I've been there, haven't you? That moment when you think you've finally made it, when the bank account looks good, when you've got enough saved up, when you can finally breathe easy. The rich man's plan sounds pretty appealing. Bigger barns, more storage, early retirement, and endless Netflix binges with premium snacks. But here's where the story takes a dark turn. God shows up and calls him a fool, not because he was successful, but because he thought his stuff could guarantee his future. This very night your life is being demanded of you, and the things you have prepared, whose will they be? That's the question that keeps me up at night sometimes. All the things I'm working so hard to accumulate, whose will they be? My kids might sell my prized book collection at a garage sale for 50 cents each. That expensive coffee machine I had to have will probably end up at Goodwill with a $3 price tag. The rich fool made a classic mistake. He confused having more with being more. He thought bigger barns meant a bigger life. He planned for many years but forgot that he wasn't guaranteed even one more day. His security was built on sand, not rock. But Jesus doesn't leave us hanging with just a scary story. He gives us the alternative, being rich toward God. What does that even mean in practical terms? It means investing in things that last beyond our final breath. It means relationships over possessions, generosity over accumulation, love over luxury. I think about my grandmother, who died with very little money but left behind a legacy of kindness that still influences our family decades later. Or my friend Sarah, who chose to be a teacher instead of pursuing a high-paying corporate job because she wanted to shape young minds. They understood what it means to be rich toward God. Here's the beautiful irony. When we stop chasing after more stuff, we often find we have enough. When we stop building bigger barns for ourselves and start sharing what we have, life becomes richer in ways that money can't measure. The peace that comes from knowing your worth isn't tied to your net worth, that's priceless. Today's gospel isn't telling us to live in poverty or feel guilty about success. It's asking us a simple but profound question. What are you really building your life on? Because at the end of the day, the only wealth that matters is the kind that death can't steal from you.